Alright, hi guys, welcome to this week's video. This week I was actually debating whether or not to do this video when I don't do a monthly favourites video. I find it really weird, so I'm keeping it up and doing my January favourites. One thing I have to state is I haven't bought any new makeup or like products for like 2 months now. The reason I did that was to save money. I kept on buying more and more things and not getting through them, so yeah, I'm gonna probably not buy anything new until I move, which, update, I don't know when that's gonna be yet. So these are all like things I've just been using a lot this month instead of like new products, because I usually use my monthly favourites to share with you guys new products, but I guess my favourites for now will be just products I'm actually definitely 100% using that entire month. Firstly, I have to say I'm filming this in the evening, which is why the lighting is very, very dark in the room. I have actually got my main light on, but this ring light pretty much makes the entire room look really dark, which is weird, but I kind of like it. It kind of looks kind of cool, like you can see me in the focus in the front. So I guess I will start with the makeup products. Okay, so in January, about halfway through January, I finished this foundation, which is Revlon Colour Stay for normal to dry skin in the shade 110 or Ivory. This has been like my go-to. I've been using it every day since about October-November time. I think it was October actually. And I finished it randomly. I think I go through a foundation every like 3 or 4 months, by the way. That's how long it takes me to get through one pot of foundation usually. So this month, for like my everyday makeup wearing, I've been wearing this, which is my L'Oreal Infallible Stay Fresh Foundation 24 hours in the shade 015 or Porcelain. This is one of my all-time favourite foundations. This is like one of the foundations I always go back to. Same with the Rimmel Match Perfection, or whatever the Rimmel Wake Me Ups, you know. This is like the third foundation I go to, like instantly. If I run out of foundation, I either go for Rimmel Wake Me Up, Rimmel Match Perfection, or L'Oreal Infallible 24 hours. I think those three are like my staples. Always have one as a backup if like I have a foundation that's too dark for me or whatever. I always go for them for these. I brought this back into my life and I still absolutely love it. It's like medium coverage. It's not full coverage, obviously. I don't like wearing full coverage foundations as it is like very often. I think it stays on all day and I think it works. And then the other foundation I've been loving this month is L'Oreal is Estee Lauder's Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup in the shade Shell. I already own this foundation, I think in the shade Cool Bone, which is a little bit too dark for me. However, Shell really suits me like really well. I like this for a little bit more of coverage, you know how I was just saying I don't really like to have full coverage like on a day-to-day basis. On the weekends when I'm playing well with makeup, I kind of like to experiment a little bit more, have a bit of heavier makeup on, and so this has been really fun to try and use on the weekends. At the moment I'm really enjoying trying like more expensive brands, because I live in like the high street shops like Boots and Superdrug and buying all of the cheap, you know, like Rimmel and L'Oreal stuff. I'm so into using them. I kind of like how at the moment I'm sort of trying out higher end stuff. Like I'm trying out the Fenty Beauty foundations at the moment too. Absolutely loving them. I'm also trying out Giorgio Armani, and I'm also trying out NARS, and I just love trying out different foundations, more foundations and coverages that I don't usually go towards. I'm trying and I'm kind of enjoying it, but those are the sort of things I usually do on the weekends. I don't really know why, I just find it weird to wear like a really like full coverage or dramatic makeup on a day-to-day basis. This is the sort of makeup I wear to work on a daily basis, so it's kind of natural, no eyeliner, just some basic neutral eyeshadow, a little bit of bronzer and blush, and like a neutral lip. That's pretty much all I do. Going on to that, this is not very basic at all. This is the MUA Makeup Academy Professional Eyeshadow Palette in the shade Poptastic. This is probably really weird for me, considering I just say I like being natural. I've owned this for years and I don't really use it very much. All I use it for is like I get a little tiny bit of like I think the only colour I really use are these two, the golden colour and this like pale yellow colour. The other ones I barely really use. I only really use like a tiny little dab of it to add a little bit of colour to like this makeup look, for example. I'm not wearing it today, but I would just like add a little tiny speck of one of these colours just to add a little bit of uniqueness to my eyeshadow. I don't really like wearing really bright colours on my eyelids. However, I do every now and again want to have a little bit of colour that's not neutral or like, you know, the shades I go for. I don't know, it's just a little bit of fun. This month I've been trying this out a lot actually, and I've been using like the blue down here, the purple up here, and like the bright pink. I've been doing that a lot, like just a tiny little dab of it, usually in like the crease line or like in the corner and underneath my eye, just a tiny bit so it's not overpowering, and you like the colours I'm using already would be like the main colour. This is just like a little tint or hint of colour that I'm kind of liking at the moment, which is weird because I'm really against using bright colours. Another random thing that I've been using a lot, mainly on the weekends or in the evenings, not during the daytime, because I don't really like wearing highlight in the daytime. I don't really know why. I find it weird, like at work, because I work in an office, I find it really weird to like overdo my makeup because no one else really does their makeup there. So anyway, this is the shadow palette, not the shadow palette, this is the highlight I've been going towards. I've had this for years. This is MUA Makeup Academy again. This is Undress Your Skin Shimmer Eye Highlight in the shade in Iridescent Gold. I've basically been going for this a lot this month because it's like I put things in my storage from in date order from when I bought them. So this is right at the start, or like right at the front, because I think it's the third ever highlight I got. So this is like the first one in reach. So I've been going to this one a lot because I can't bother to like go in and choose a highlight. I just pick the first one there, and that's this one. So it's kind of yellow, but it's got, I don't know, I feel like it's got like a green tint to it. It looks like that on here. I think it comes up with like a really nice sheen. It doesn't really show up in camera as much as it does in person, but it is so shimmery. Okay, this month my skin has been acting up. Probably a bit TMI, and especially if you're a guy and you're watching this channel. So I'm really irregular with my time of the month. The last one I had was in June 2017. It's just how it is. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. It's just I'm irregular. Like, I think my great grandmother was the same. With irregularness. That's what I've been told anyway. It's just a thing. It's nothing to worry about. So this is the month that I'm due, and I am on currently. I guess that is still a bit TMI, but I mean, every girl goes through this, so if guys can't sit through this, then, you know, I mean, having your period is basically what allows you to have a kid. So if you don't have a period, you can't have a kid. It's essentially how it works. So it's nice to have a reminder, even if I'm irregular, that, you know, yep, I can have kids. As I've been really irregular and I don't really know, like, my symptoms used to be like I have a really bad headache, like a couple of days before, like the the 2 or 3 days before I get a really bad headache that like lasts those few days. This time I didn't. I had some different symptoms, which was really weird. Like my hair has been really dry. My skin has been really dry. I've got like acne, which I can't, like, it's barely there, but I've got like some spots which I covered up in makeup, and it's just been weird how my skin is reacting. I'm not very regular, so I don't really go through that every month. So long-winded, but I've been using Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Concentrate to help with my dryness in my skin, because I find this is like a really good oil that sort of rejuvenates my skin, makes it feel more awake and less dry. I put this on just before I go to bed, and the next morning my skin feels way better. I've also been using a Body Shop oil as well, but not as much as this, and I'm pretty much nearly finishing this as well, and I will definitely be buying this again once I have finished. The other thing I've been using a lot is my vitamin E hydrating toner from the Body Shop. I'm pretty much finished with this now, and I think I'm trying out a Kiehl's toner next, so I'll have to like review how that goes. I've heard great things about it, so I'm trying that. So this is an alcohol-free toning liquid with a shot of vitamin E protection, all skin types, which is brilliant because I usually have like a combination of skin anyway. Like I usually have like this dryness, oiliness, and just like general normalness around my skin. So combination. I've been using this as well with the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery, just to like hydrate my face, bring it back to life a little bit and not make it look so dry. Next up, we are going to go into hair. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to go to this next. This is Woman Mitchum 48-hour protection flower fresh deodorant. I'm like a lover of it, like Sure and Dove deodorants. I also really like this as well. I think this does a really good job. It smells nice too. So this is the current deodorant I'm using. I keep on wanting to say this is a foundation, but it's not a foundation, it's a deodorant. It minimises white marks, it's antiperspirant, and it's brilliant, and I think that's really good. Like, that's one of the things I look for in a deodorant, is one that doesn't make any white mark, because they're like my pet hate for sure. Next up, we've got 2 Lush products here. I'll go with the oldest first. I've had this, I don't know how long. I'm pretty sure I made a video with like a massive Lush haul, and this was in that Lush haul, and I'm only like that way down, but that way far down it, like I'm not even halfway through it yet. This is Blue Skies and Fluffy White Clouds. It's a bubble bath, and it has lasted me such a long time, and it's still going. I absolutely love baths at the moment, which is weird because I went through like a stage of hating baths, and now I'm back into loving baths. I love this because it smells really fresh, and it does give like a really good amount of bubbles with just like the smallest amount, and yeah, it's been my go-to little bubble bath. So what it says on it, it says, what's inside counts. Patchouli oil has a mellowing earthy scent that helps to calm and ground the mind when it floats a little too far from your shoulders. So what does it say it is? Sink into mystical waters that are brimming with gorgeously fluffy cinnamon spiced clouds. Absolutely loving that. The next thing I have been using is Dirty Spring Wash Shower Gel. You can use this for body and hair gel. I have been using this in my hair currently because I've got another shower gel that I'm using. So I've been using this in my hair, and I kind of like it. It gives my hair like a really nice little minty smell, which is what it is, like a dip in a mountain spring with spearmint and menthol to make your skin feel cool in a hot shower. Don't be dirty to get fresh with this tingly and extremely minty body and hair gel. Yeah, it's definitely minty, and you can smell that it's like mentally. It's so good. Obviously I've only just started it, but again, it's one of those ones that have like not fluffs. What does it do? Foams up super easily, so you don't have to use much of this either because it goes a long way. I absolutely love Lush stuff, by the way. I think that's all to do with me. Does that even make sense? Probably not. What I'm saying is all like the products I use on myself are done. These are other products that I thought I should mention that I've been loving this month. So I got this, I think not 2017 Christmas but 2016 Christmas. This is my like Bluetooth wireless speaker. I'm not going to share it with you guys now because it's late, so I'm not going to do that. But it is basically, you can hook it up to your phone, blast your Spotify in there, or your Apple Music, or your other music. I can't think of any other music systems that you use. Basically, you can play your music through your phone and it will come out through here if it's connected by Bluetooth, and I think the sound quality is really good. It can go really loud. I tend to use this a lot when I'm cleaning, or when I'm in the shower, or when I'm in the bath. I absolutely love this. So yeah, I thought I would share this with you guys today. I don't actually know who it's by. I think it's a UE roll. That's the plus and minus for volume. You turn it on here. It came with like a little float thing, so you could float it in your bath, but I don't think I could ever do that because I'll be scared I would ruin it. So going on to apps, I'm going to show you guys 2 apps that I have been loving this month. I don't know if you can see behind me, but I've got my keyboard down there. It's come out of its hiding place, which is usually behind where the camera is, and I put it out there to remind myself to play it. And basically one of my New Year, not resolutions, because I don't really do resolutions, but one of the things I wanted to do more is like play my piano and play my flute more, because I own these things and I never use them, and I learnt them in school and I was getting relatively good at them, and I then stopped, and that was about like 11 or 12 years ago now. So I decided that for this year, when I'm moving as well, I'm going to like have like a dedicated like music spot, and I'm going to put my keyboard on display and my flute down by it, so it will remind me to play on them. I thought that I would like to like learn new songs. All of the piano music I own is from like the piano lessons I had from when I was like 4 up until I was like 15, 16, and it's outdated. I know of the music and it gets a little bit boring repeating that. I know you can go on like YouTube and like slow down music and play along with that, but I downloaded an app called Musician, which I don't know if I can really show you what it is, but this is like what it looks like when you first log onto it, and you basically can do a lesson on there for like 10, 20 or 30 minutes every 2 days or every day, and you sort of learn songs and you gain points by learning them, you gain levels by learning them. I think you can go down 2 routes, you can go down pop or classical. I don't know, I think the classical route is for people who want to learn how to read sheet music, and I think the pop music route down is just to learn how to play piano against music. But I have been loving it. It also has like quizzes and like stuff you have to actually do in the app rather than on your piano, but yeah, so you can like do it in practice mode, and you can slow it down and you can do it like so, and you get like points for if you hit the notes or whatever, and then you have to pass like a certain amount of notes or stars to get on to the next step of the lesson. But yeah, so anyway, this is what I've been using. I've been using Musician to help me remind me to play piano. I know there's some other apps out there that can do this, but I have found this one has worked best for me. I tried out a couple of them during the Christmas period, and this was the best one that I could find that I thought would work better for me. Obviously I come from a background where I can read sheet music, so I know where to put my fingers on when I look at the keys, and I know some people don't have that sort of vibe, so I find it relatively easy to begin with because I know that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm willing to get better, and I want to sort of, by the end of the year, be able to play something a little bit more confidently or in better quality than I can now. I would actually really love to be able to play like a well-known popular song. So when you first do it, so every lesson you do a warm-up where you do songs that you already know, and then you do the learn segment where you learn new bits or like new notes or new, like, not new notes but new hand gestures, not hand gestures, just new, I don't know what the word is. And then when you've done that, you end up doing the explore section, which is where you just sort of, I think, basically learn or find, like, it brings up like a random selection of songs that you can learn. I love it, and I think it's a really good app, and it comes up with a notification like every 2 days for me to remember to practice, which is really, really good. Another app I have been loving this month in particular, because it's my time of the month, is the app called Clue. Inside it looks like this when you first open it, and you can probably see some very interesting information about the insides of me right now. This is what I was saying, this is an interesting app. So this is an app that basically records your cycle. I obviously am very irregular, but somehow, so yesterday was the first day of the cycle, I logged on to Clue and it said that I was going to start it today, so I was a day ahead of my assumed cycle, and considering I'm so irregular, I didn't know how it knew that. It actually really surprised me how how spot on it was, like how it knew that I was going to be starting today, but actually started yesterday, so I was 1 day ahead of its presumedness. Bizarre, considering, like, if I can show you guys. So this is what it looks like. So if I go scroll all the way up, there you go. So this is June 2017. That was my last cycle, like the last time I started, and then we got this week, and it knew I was going to start like the day I'm literally recording this, and I actually started yesterday. I really should have logged on here a couple of weeks ago and realised I was going to be due, but I was not aware. But yeah, I like this app in general because, like, you can give it like everything, and like it somehow is able to calculate when you're next due. So it's saying I'm going to be due in May. So if it actually happens in May, I'm going to be very, very surprised. Okay, someone's had an issue with a pothole outside my drive. That's very good. What I actually love about Clue is, like, if you have any like friends or family and you are interested to see like your cycles sync up, you can actually add other people's cycles on here, and you can sort of know or presume how they're going to be. I really should like go in this and log every single day my moods and things, because I think it could like show some really interesting not facts, but interesting, what is the word? Interesting, it's like a graph, you know. I have had this app for quite a long time now, and I find it's one of the best to use for this sort of thing, and it's always, well, it's definitely accurate, and it seems to know what I'm doing, but it sort of calculates it, so like anything you put in there, it will calculate when your next time will be, which I think is really, really cool. I think it probably even can guess by your moods or whatever information you put in here. A random favourite I've had to add in there. Okay, I've gone over 30 minutes now. Whew. I'm chatterbox today. I feel like this is probably because of my time of the month. I'm just so distracted and I forget what I'm saying, and I keep on like starting I keep on starting sentences and then forgetting I started that sentence and saying something else completely different, and it's just like I need to try and remember to keep myself on track. I'm like so distracted. I've been distracted for like the last couple of days. It's been really hard to try and reel myself back in. Okay, distracted myself again. This month I went and watched The Greatest Showman, which, FYI, is brilliant. I love musicals, and it was kind of really sweet to see Zac Efron in another musical, because I was in the era of High School Musical and I watched all those High School Musical films and Zac, and I always thought or assumed that he would never go back into a musical, thought he was done with that and that was the phase was over. But I'm so glad that he came back and did another musical, and even though he's not like the main character, he sort of is part of the main cast. But anyway, the soundtrack has been my commute music for like the last 2-3 weeks, because I've been listening to it every single day. My favourite songs are The Other Side, Never Enough and Tightrope. I think that's everything. I don't think I've liked any music. TV shows. I started and finished the first season of Victoria within January, which I have been loving. I think it's ITV. It's the ITV drama with, I want to say Olivia Colman, but I'm not too sure that's her name. The one who used to be the Doctor Who assistant. She is Queen Victoria in like the Young Victoria, and it's on Netflix. The first season is anyway. I think the second season finished in December or so, I think. I'm not too sure, but I'm kind of waiting for that to come onto Netflix now because I'm loving that. Other TV shows I have been loving. I've got back into watching Gossip Girl, and I am absolutely buzzing that Friends is now on Netflix. I think that's a really, really good TV show. Like, really, really good. I've watched every single episode of it. I watched every single episode of it when I was growing up, and I was so young then. I was 3 or 4 or 5. I think it was it from 1994 to 2004 or 1996 to 2006? I can't quite remember. But even so, I was quite young up until I was like 13 or so ish, and I didn't really understand half the stuff that they were saying because I was so young, and I like watching it now, being able to understand like the jokes and things that they were doing. I think it's really good. I've also been getting into The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which is also on Netflix. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Netflix. Netflix is pretty much my new TV. I actually like the Netflix originals as well. The current one I'm into at the moment is The Good Place and Stranger Things. I started watching that, which is really good too. I think that is everything. I'm going to go now, and I don't know, but I hope this is the last favourites video in this room. It probably won't be. I probably will be doing my February favourites in this room again, but I might have my room a little bit different, and I might have like half moved into my flat by then. Fingers crossed. I will see you guys next week. Comment, like, subscribe. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. As you guys know, I will be affected by this YouTube partnering program situation that's going to be happening because I have less than 1,000 subscribers, but the more I get, the closer I'll be getting to being able to get back onto the monetization program again. I think it's really, really unfair what they're doing, but what can I do about it? Yeah, so get the word out there please, and tell your friends and family about me, and I'll do the same. I'll tell my friends and family about my YouTube so I can get people to follow me. Yeah, get the word out there. Comment what you want me to do next, because I have got a list of stuff I'm going to do this year, but it's always nice to have your guys's ideas as well. If you want me to do like more stuff about my bullet journal, because I haven't done any videos on that recently, or makeup or home stuff, because I will be a new homeowner, or anything. That's it. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. This has been a very long video. I apologise, I did not expect to be filming for 40 minutes, but I have filmed 40 minutes. My bad.